Okay guys, so for a good few years, the Honda HR-V has been the dominant car in the B segment crossover market. Okay, and this year along came the Proton X50, right, that completely changed the landscape. So where does it leave cars like the Hyundai Kona? So this is the Kona 1.6 turbo, priced at 143,000 ringgit. So this thing is not cheap. Okay, you're on a tighter budget. There is the 2-liter NA version. All right, you have two choices. You have the base model priced at 115,000 ringgit, or what they call the active model priced at 130,000 ringgit. So from a price point perspective, the Kona cannot compete against the HR-V, let alone the X50. Maybe you can look at this as something of a more direct competition. Perhaps you may consider is maybe the Mazda CX-3 or the CX-30. But yeah, if you are looking for a value buy, this car really starts off not on a strong footing. But for the price, it does try to impress. So you can see here from the front end, from the outside, certainly nothing else in the market look like this. I mean, right now, right, if you look at the segment competitors, the HR-V isn't a bad looking car. X50, it's brand new. It's of course it's also a very well styled product, but from a styling perspective, the Kona here, it doesn't lose out. This front grille, I would say, easily holds its own against the segment rivals. All right, it's a very bold front end, and what you see here, this is the daytime running lights. Okay, this is the daytime running light signal lamp here. The main beam of the headlight is actually down here. So this is the same styling cue that Hyundai used for the Santa Fe, and they've brought it down to the Kona. Other examples of cars you see with the main lighting unit installed in the lower section would be the Citroen C3 A-Cross, to quote another example. Okay, so you look at the front grille of this car. It's a very intricate grille pattern design here, very nice, and it's a very bold, expressive trapezoidal design. Same shape that we saw earlier in the Sonata. Okay, and down here as well, there's a third lighting unit here. This is the front fog lamp. Okay, and this module here, this is the ADAS module. So the Kona in this top spec 1.6 liter variant comes with advanced driver assist. Okay, so decently equipped with where safety is concerned. Okay, and so they've also added this decorative piece here as well to sort of break the monotony of this section. So you see here, this is the bonnet shut line. Without this piece, this would be a very large empty space, but they added this this trim piece here to sort of fill the area to give the front end a bit more accentuation in the character. And look at this, so there is an airflow vent here as well. So for I believe it should be aerodynamically functional. Okay, and but of course the actual effects of it I can't say. And so here you've got reflector elements here as well. This is presumably installed for the benefit of the US market, but they decided to just keep the molding here as well. Not a bad touch really, but overall I think the front end, it's bold, it's expressive, but for all the elements that they put here, it is also very nicely resolved. Okay, from the side here, it has rather cutesy, compact crossover proportions. Okay, looking at it from the side, this gives me the impression that this is more of a CX-3 competitor than a HR-V competitor, to be frank. All right, and Hyundai is very generous with all these chunky styling add-ons. Okay, to give this car a proper rugged appearance, pseudo rugged appearance. You got this satin chrome finish here as well, to once again to sort of break the monotony of this this section. Okay, so like a contrast trim there. And you come to the back, So once again, there are dual clusters. Okay, this is the main taillight cluster, and here is the signal light as well as the reverse light. No rear fog lights. Okay, but overall the rear end also, it's a pleasing looking rear end, and certainly from a styling perspective, I think Hyundai has nailed it with the Kona. This is a handsome looking little car that manages to in a way look cute, but not too soft roader kind of appearance. So this is something that I believe would appeal mostly to female drivers, but male drivers wouldn't look out of place in this car. And if you look further up, it's a two-tone roof color. So the roof is painted black. This here has added plastic finish as well, or rather grey painted plastic finish as well, with some fins here thrown in for good measure. Okay, this is a very subtle rear spoiler, so this piece here is added, I believe, to complement the lines of the spoiler. Okay, so you got a reverse camera here. Let me just pop the boot. Okay, open this up. Well, this is not that big a boot space, to be honest. I think yeah, but you've got a hidden compartment inside here with this styrofoam tray. Is there anything under here? There's a Speedsaver spare tire down there. Alright, you've got a compartment here as well for you to chuck away small items. And you've got this hook here for you to hang your small packets of groceries. Right, close this. Now let me just go inside. Oh, inside here, that up on top here, there are roof rails as well. It's metal. Okay, feels solid, and I think this is a load-bearing roof rail. It's functional. Okay, so inside here, wow, check this out. So you'll see this lime green contrast interior. That's a very nice touch. Let me just sit inside. Now, for the context of its segment, rear seats are actually not bad. I've got good lean angle. Thigh support is pretty decent, beyond my expectations. The driver's seat is already adjusted to my position. So front leg room, the rear passenger leg room is pretty average. No rear aircon vents, which is fine. All right. I don't believe there is angle adjustment. All right. No lean adjustment, but this lean angle is fine, so there's no need for lean angle adjustment. But let me just fold this seat down, and yep, 60/40 split folding. Okay, so you've got this seamless transition of the boot floor, so you can load large bulky items here without them rocking about. Alright, so the front seat also has these pockets, net type pockets here, and the middle passenger belt has a secondary buckle, but I think this is unnecessary because, see, the belt already comes out from the seat back. So let's say when you pull this down, okay, the whole seat belt already goes down with it. So there really is no need for this secondary buckle. I think you guys can just leave this permanently fastened. You'll be fine. Okay, so let's go to the front. So you've got keyless entry, button type keyless entry. Now, I made this comment with the Sonata, right? At the Sonata level, this is not acceptable, button type not acceptable. But here at the Kona B segment SUV, B segment crossover, it's okay. So engine start stop. So you can see here there's more examples of this lime green contrast highlights. All right. So at the side here, you see you've got the lane keep assist button activation. You've got HUD, heads up display. There's the heads up display there. Blind spot warning. All right, and let me just explore with you the features. Driver assistance. So SCC, driver attention alert, lane safety, forward collision assist, forward collision avoidance, all right, forward collision warning, rear cross traffic warning, blind spot collision warning. Yep, so it has the works when it comes to the advanced driver assist features. This is a very basic instrument cluster, I have to say, by today's standards. Still, no faulting the clarity of this. I mean, these days and age, we are so used to seeing all these full LCD, clusters, right? It's nice occasionally to see a well-designed, natural analog gauge, all right? And yeah, it's a pleasant-looking gauge. I have no complaints about this gauge, this cluster at all. Okay, steering wheel material feels nice to the touch, and this is sort of like a gloss black finish on the door handle, which is unique, I would say. Okay, satin chrome finish here as well. All plastics lah. It's all various degrees of plastics, and this is where I would say that design-wise, as well as material selection-wise, I think the X50 still has a superior cabin ambience compared to the Kona here. But in terms of build quality, fit and finish, the Kona is pretty alright. Certainly, I think this is a more a nicer place to be in than the HRV, although practicality wise they all still lose out to the HRV. Okay, no question about it. Switchgear quality is good, decent. Okay, thereabouts of the X50's level, I would say. Okay, so you've got a USB charging port here, another USB port here, aux control and aux jack, and also you've got a wireless Qi charger, another 12-volt socket. So this car, you don't run out of charging options. You've got hill descent control, engine auto start stop, drive mode selection, got 3 drive modes: eco, comfort and sport. All right, up on top here you've got a screen. Okay, so you can go to home. This is the home screen. I'm just going to be knock out and peel this off. Okay, all right, so you've got to all menus, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Go back, my menu. This is, I think, this is your personalized menu where you can create your own shortcuts, apps, info, settings. This is where you go to the radio, scan, list. Okay, so you can select all the radio stations here. Okay, the car sort of like detects what are the radio stations available in the air, and then you can choose from that menu. All right, so I didn't notice this down here. There is another tray, and this tray is actually pretty deep. I can drop my whole phone in. Nice. So perhaps that is a spot which you can drop maybe your smart tag, for example. For your smart tag, for example, can go inside here. Okay. So here is the center console box. Weirdly, there's this bulge here. I believe it's to accommodate the parking brake mechanism. Glove box, very simple glove box inside. All right. So yeah, overall the dashboard here. These are, hey, this is soft. This is a soft grade plastic. Nice to decently nice to the touch. I think overall the cabin is this is a cabin that gets its basics right. Not as plush as the X50's cabin, not as outright practical as the HRV's cabin, also not to the level of the Mazda CX-3 or CX-30, to be honest, but gets the basics right. Decent ergonomics, good clarity, good overall clarity, and I think this is a protective sticker. Sorry, Hyundai. Wow, okay, this looks much nicer. Okay, let me just peel this off as well. Looks much nicer, better now. Okay, so yeah, this is the interior of the Kona.
Thank God that the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but DC where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And if you quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business is humongous, you would think that happens in there. Damn man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all man. Facts, bro. Lot of haters. Tell me where they at, though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap, though.
Okay, so the 1.6 turbo engine in this Kona, this is a proven performer, right? It comes from the Gamma engine family that has its roots that go back all the way back to the days of the Kia Forte. And this turbocharged iteration of the engine, we have seen it in the Elantra, we've seen it in the Veloster, we have seen it in the Tucson, together with the 7-speed DCT here. So mechanically speaking, the Kona runs on proven hardware. Reliability-wise, durability-wise, there really is no worries about this car. Performance-wise, it's there, right? This is the only engine, other than perhaps the Civic 1.5 VTEC Turbo, that offers you comparable performance to the Proton X50 at this price point. So reliability wise, it does the job. Performance wise, it does the job. The only complaint we would say is that character wise, this engine, it's still a bit lacking. The sensation, the best way I can describe this engine is that it has the muscle, it has the grunt, but it doesn't give you that joy when you rev it. So indeed, you can go pretty fast in this, but at no point in time do you feel like this engine is in any way enjoying itself. It's like one of those workers in the office that is there to clock in, clock out, that's it. They're there to do a job, but you know, it's not here to entertain you. It's not here to put a smile on your face. You know, there are some engines that, even though that they may not be very powerful, but you get the feeling that when you rev them, it inspires a sense of delight in you. This one, for all the performance that it offers, it doesn't really put that smile on your face. And the same assessment goes to its handling. Because dynamically speaking, the Kona here is best described as competent. You can take a fast corner in this car. You can carry high speeds in this car. Right? The steering is sufficiently sharp and precise, but it doesn't feel like the car doesn't feel like it's enjoying itself with you. It feels like you point where I go. That's it. So, in a sense, the driving experience doesn't really deliver on a sense of occasion, and that sort of blunts the enjoyment a little, because we know that Hyundai, they deliver cars that have good, solid driving fundamentals, good, solid mechanical fundamentals. So, yeah, it's like this car really. The mechanical hardware of this car really feels like it's here to do a job, but it is not interested at all to give you even a modicum of entertainment. It's competent, but that's it. Full stop. Yes, in isolation, the Kona has its strengths. It's a nicely styled car. It's a well-styled car. The interior build of this car also, in my opinion, is satisfactory. It's not as plush as the X50 or the Mazda CX-3 or Mazda CX-30, but it feels more solid and tight than the. It feels better. It feels more special a place to be in than the HR-V and the CHR. Okay, so but yeah, it does not. It's well put together, but not the last word in feeling premium or luxurious. The driving experience, well, I've elaborated enough earlier, so I will not touch on that again. And this brings us really to a bigger question that we started off during our review of the Sonata a couple of weeks back. And the question is, how does Hyundai, a brand that started off making value cars, making budget cars, push itself up the value chain and now start to offer products that say, you know, look at me, I am premium, you know, a 200k Sonata, and now this one, all right, a B segment crossover that is priced higher than the Honda HR-V, which was up until before the X50's arrival, was the undisputed king of the segment. So the main question about this car is, how do you justify this next to the Proton X50? The simple answer is you can't. There is no way. When you put the value equation just doesn't add up when you put this next to the X50. The only way that the Kona here can justify itself is that if you consider this next to a Mazda CX-3, a Mazda CX-30, a Toyota CHR, something for an alternative. For those of you guys who you've got a bigger budget, you don't want to be seen in a HR-V or an X50 like everyone else, then this is a nice alternative. And to be honest, from the outside, it's a nicely styled car. On the inside, you know, it's well built, and this definitely more premium feeling interior than the HR-V, even not quite so next to the Mazdas or the Proton X50.